The year 2025 will be remembered in India as a pivotal moment for economic policy. The government has introduced a revolutionary tax regime, marking a significant departure from the complex systems of the past. This new framework is built on three core pillars: simplicity, empowerment of the middle class, and a strong push towards digital integration. The old, confusing web of deductions and exemptions has been replaced by a streamlined default tax system that is honestly easy for everyone to understand. This change is not just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It represents a fundamental shift in the relationship between the state and its citizens, aiming to foster trust and transparency in a way that encourages voluntary compliance and reduces the administrative burden on taxpayers across the board. The primary goal of these reforms is to make life easier for the average person and for businesses. By simplifying the tax code, the government has removed a major source of anxiety and confusion that plagued millions of Indians every year. No longer do individuals need to spend countless hours or hire expensive consultants to navigate their tax obligations. This newfound simplicity frees up valuable time and mental energy. For businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, the streamlined process means less paperwork and lower compliance costs. This allows them to focus on what they do best: innovating, growing, and creating jobs, rather than getting bogged down in bureaucratic red tape that often stifled their potential. A key feature of this new era is its aggressive embrace of digital technology. The entire tax filing and assessment process has been moved online, leveraging India's robust digital public infrastructure. This digital-first approach not only enhances efficiency, but also minimizes the potential for corruption and human error. Taxpayers can now file their returns, track their refunds, and communicate with the tax department through a seamless, user-friendly portal. This digital transformation is a crucial step in modernizing the country's financial architecture. It ensures that the tax system is not only fair and simple, but also equipped to handle the demands of a rapidly growing 21st century economy that is increasingly interconnected and global. Ultimately, this tax revolution is designed to empower the Indian middle class, the very engine of the nation's consumption and growth story. By putting more money back into their pockets and simplifying their financial lives, the reforms are unleashing a new wave of economic dynamism. This is a strategic move to boost domestic demand and create a virtuous cycle of spending, investment, and job creation. The government is betting that a financially confident and unburdened middle class will drive the next phase of India's economic ascent. The initial signs indicate that this bet is paying off, setting the stage for a more prosperous and equitable future for all citizens. The most talked about aspect of the 2025 tax reforms is the dramatic increase in the zero tax threshold. Individuals earning up to 12 lakh rupees annually now pay no income tax under the new default regime. This single policy change has had a profound and immediate impact, acting as a massive stimulus for the economy. It directly increases the disposable income of tens of millions of middle-class households, giving them more financial freedom than ever before. This extra cash is not just sitting in bank accounts, it is flowing directly into the marketplace. Families now have more money for their aspirations, whether it's buying their first car, upgrading their home, or investing in better education for their children. This surge in disposable income has triggered a significant consumption boom across several key sectors. The automotive industry, for instance, has reported a sharp increase in sales for mid-range cars and two-wheelers. Similarly, the consumer durables market is witnessing heightened demand for products like air conditioners, smart televisions, and advanced home appliances. People are not just buying more, they are buying better, upgrading their lifestyles in tangible ways. The real estate sector has also received a boost, with more first-time homebuyers entering the market, particularly in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. This widespread spending is creating a powerful ripple effect, driving revenue and growth for countless businesses. The shift in consumer behavior extends beyond big-ticket items. There is a noticeable trend towards increased spending on services and experiences. The travel and tourism industry is flourishing as more families can afford vacations, both domestic and international. Restaurants, entertainment venues, and wellness centers are all reporting higher footfall. This change reflects a maturing consumer base that values quality of life and personal well-being. This pattern is crucial for a balanced economy, as a strong service sector is a hallmark of a developed nation. The consumption is not just deep but also wide, touching upon nearly every facet of the modern Indian economy and creating diverse employment opportunities. This consumption-led growth is providing a powerful short-term boost to the economy, pulling it forward with renewed momentum. The increased demand is forcing companies to ramp up production, leading to more hiring and investment in their supply chains. This positive cycle, where higher incomes lead to more spending, which in turn creates more jobs and higher incomes, is exactly what policymakers had hoped for. The empowerment of the middle class is not just a social goal. It has become the central pillar of India's macroeconomic strategy. The results are visible on the streets, in the shopping malls, and in the optimistic outlook of businesses across the country. For years, India's economic growth story was largely confined to its major metropolitan hubs like Mumbai, Delhi, and Bengaluru. The 2025 tax reforms have actively sought to change this narrative by decentralizing opportunity. The new rules include powerful tax incentives and simplified compliance norms specifically designed to encourage businesses to set up operations in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. These incentives might include tax holidays for the first few years of operation or lower corporate tax rates for companies that create jobs in these developing urban centers. As a result, cities like Pune, Jaipur, Indore, and Coimbatore are emerging as the new frontiers of economic activity. This strategic push is having a transformative effect on the startup ecosystem. Entrepreneurs are no longer forced to move to expensive and overcrowded metros to find the resources and talent they need. With lower operational costs and a growing pool of skilled workers in smaller cities, startups can build sustainable businesses more easily. We are seeing a new wave of innovation coming from these regions, with companies focused on solving local problems in sectors like agri-tech, healthcare, and education technology. This decentralization of entrepreneurship is making India's growth more inclusive and resilient, spreading prosperity far beyond the traditional economic centers and tapping into the nation's vast demographic potential. The rise of businesses in these smaller cities is creating a virtuous cycle of development. As companies set up shop, they generate high-quality local employment, which in turn boosts the local economy. This prevents the brain drain of talented young people to the big cities and allows them to build careers in their hometowns. The influx of new businesses also drives demand for local services, from housing and transportation to retail and hospitality. This creates a vibrant local ecosystem where small and medium-sized enterprises can thrive. The new tax laws are, in essence, planting seeds of prosperity that are growing into self-sustaining economic hubs across the length and breadth of the country. This decentralization is not just about economics. It is about creating a more balanced and equitable society. By fostering job creation in smaller cities, the government is improving the quality of life for millions, reducing the strain on overburdened metropolitan infrastructure, and promoting regional development. Young people now have more choices about where to live and work, empowering them to build a future closer to their families and communities. The new tax regime has become a powerful tool for social engineering, reshaping India's urban landscape, and ensuring that the fruits of economic progress are shared more widely than ever before. The 2025 tax reforms are also fueling a massive government-led push in infrastructure development. With improved tax collection efficiency and greater fiscal discipline, the government has more resources at its disposal. These funds are being strategically channeled into ambitious national projects. We are seeing unprecedented investment in the construction of highways, high-speed railway corridors, modern ports, and airports. This is not just about pouring concrete and laying steel. It is about building the foundational arteries for a modern economy. Better infrastructure reduces logistics costs for businesses, improves connectivity between regions, and makes India a more attractive destination for global supply chains. This infrastructure boom is a powerful engine for job creation. These large-scale projects directly employ millions of people, from engineers and project managers to construction workers and technicians. The impact extends far beyond the construction sites themselves. Industries that supply raw materials like steel, cement, and heavy machinery are experiencing a surge in demand, leading to further hiring across the manufacturing sector. This government spending acts as a powerful economic multiplier, creating a ripple effect of employment and income generation that supports communities across the country. It provides stable jobs for a large segment of the workforce, especially young people entering the job market for the first time. Beyond the immediate benefits of consumption and infrastructure, the new tax regime is fostering an environment ripe for long-term growth. The stability and predictability of the new rules are attracting significant foreign and domestic investment. Investors are now more confident in India's economic trajectory. This influx of capital is not just going into the stock market, but is also funding critical areas like research and development, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing. Special tax incentives for research and development are encouraging companies to innovate within India, helping the country move up the global value chain from a service provider to an innovation hub. In conclusion, India's 2025 tax revolution is a comprehensive and forward-looking strategy that is reshaping the nation's economic destiny. By simplifying the tax code, empowering the middle class, decentralizing growth, and investing in infrastructure, the reforms are creating a virtuous cycle of prosperity. They address both short-term needs like boosting consumption and long-term imperatives like fostering innovation and attracting investment. For young Indians and job seekers, this new era presents a landscape of unprecedented opportunity. The reforms are laying the groundwork for a stronger, more resilient, and modern India, positioning it to become a leading economic power on the global stage.